Have you ever heard of a man whose vision laid the foundation for an empire that would last for over 600 years? This is the story of Ertuğrul Ghazi, a warrior, a leader, and the father of the Ottoman Empire. His tale is not just one of battles and conquests, but of unwavering faith, justice, and a dream that reshaped the world. Our story begins in the 13th century, a time of chaos and conflict. The Mongol hordes swept across Asia, leaving devastation in their wake. The Byzantine Empire, though weakened, still clung to its territories in Anatolia. Caught between these mighty forces were the nomadic Turkic tribes, searching for a homeland, a place to call their own. Among them was the K tribe, led by a man named Ertuğrul. Following the death of his father, Suleman Shah, Ertuğrul guided his people on a perilous journey into Anatolia, modern-day Turkey. It was a land of opportunity, but also of constant danger. The Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, the dominant Turkish power in the region, was struggling to defend its borders against both the encroaching Byzantines and the relentless Mongol threat. It was in this crucible of conflict that Ertuğrul's destiny would be forged. One fateful day, while traveling, Ertuğrul and his small band of Alps, his loyal warriors, stumbled upon a battle. Two armies were clashing fiercely. Without knowing who was who, Ertuğrul made a split-second decision. He saw one side was clearly losing, and true to his character of helping the underdog, he charged into the fray to aid them. His sudden, ferocious attack turned the tide of the battle, leading the once losing side to a surprising victory. As the dust settled, Ertuğrul discovered he had unknowingly saved none other than a lad in Kikabad, the Sultan of the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum. The Sultan was fighting a Byzantine force. Impressed by Ertuğrul's bravery and skill, and grateful for his timely intervention, Sultan Aladdin rewarded him handsomely. He granted Ertuğrul and the K tribe a piece of land on the very frontier with the Byzantine Empire. This territory, centered around the towns of Es and Domani, was not just a gift. It was a strategic responsibility. Es became the new home for the K tribe, but it was far from a peaceful retirement. It was the front line, the first line of defense against the Byzantines. For Ertuğrul, this was the perfect place. It was here that he could fulfill his Ghazi spirit, the spirit of a holy warrior fighting for his faith and his people. He established a small but powerful principality, a beylik that would serve as the nucleus for a future empire. Life in Es was defined by constant struggle. Ertuğrul led numerous campaigns against Byzantine fortresses and raiding parties. He wasn't just a conqueror, he was a master strategist. He understood the importance of alliances, forging relationships with other Turkish tribes and local leaders. His primary enemy to the west was the Byzantine Empire, and he dedicated his life to pushing back its influence, securing the safety of his people and expanding his small territory piece by piece. He captured the crucial fortress of Karacahisar, a significant victory that cemented his reputation as a formidable leader. This wasn't just a military win, it was a symbol. It showed that the K were not just nomads passing through, but a power that was here to stay. Each victory brought more warriors flocking to his banner, drawn by his courage and his unwavering commitment to justice. But the Byzantines were not his only concern. To the east, the Mongol threat loomed ever larger. After the devastating Battle of Ksida in 1243, the Seljuk Sultanate became a vassal state to the Mongols, losing much of its power and authority. The entire region fell into a state of turmoil. Many Turkish beys chose to submit to the Mongols, paying tribute to survive. Ertuğrul refused. He maintained his loyalty to the Seljuk state, even in its weakened form, but he never bowed to the Mongols. He became a beacon of resistance, a symbol of Turkish independence in an era of submission. He skillfully navigated the treacherous political landscape, playing his enemies against each other and preserving the autonomy of his small but fiercely independent domain. What drove this man? It was more than just ambition for land or power. Ertuğrul was guided by a profound set of values. Justice was the cornerstone of his rule. He established a fair and orderly society in Es, where Muslims, Christians, and people of all backgrounds were treated with equity. His court was known for its just rulings, and his reputation as a fair leader spread far and wide. Bravery was in his blood. He led from the front, never asking his Alps to face a danger he wouldn't face himself. His loyalty was absolute to his tribe, to his allies, and above all to his faith. He was a devout Muslim, and his actions were driven by a deep spiritual conviction. Central to his life was a dream. According to legend, this vision was most famously experienced by his son, Osman, but the seeds of it were planted by Ertuğrul. It was the dream of a great unified state, a state that would protect its people, uphold justice, and carry the banner of Islam to new horizons. This wasn't just a dream of conquest. It was a vision of a just world order under a single righteous banner. He instilled this vision in his children, preparing them to carry on his mission. Ertuğrul Ghazi spent his final years consolidating his power in Es. He continued to guide his tribe, expanding their lands and strengthening their institutions. He was a father figure not just to his own sons, Savk and Osman, but to his entire tribe. He mentored his youngest son, Osman, recognizing in him the spark of leadership and the spirit to carry his legacy forward. He passed on his wisdom, his strategies, and most importantly, his unwavering dream. Ertuğrul died around the age of 90, a remarkable feat in such a violent era. He was buried in Es, the town he had made his own. He didn't live to see the great empire his descendants would build, but every inch of it was built upon the foundation he laid. He transformed a small wandering tribe into a settled, powerful principality. He planted a seed of hope in a time of despair. When his son Osman took the reins of leadership, he inherited more than just a piece of land. He inherited a legacy of courage, a commitment to justice, and a powerful dream. It was from this small Beylik in Es, forged in the fire of Ertuğrul's will, that the mighty Ottoman Empire would rise, an empire that would stretch across 3 continents and shape the course of history for centuries. The story of Ertuğrul Ghazi is a powerful reminder that great things often have humble beginnings. It shows how one person's vision, courage, and faith can inspire a nation and change the world. His name may not be as famous as those of the great sultans who followed him, but without Ertuğrul, the father of the Ottomans, history would look very different. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of the figures who shaped our world. See you next time.